The Pathetic Diabetic.
It's the Pathetic Diabetic. I'm back. It's been a couple years, and I'm not sure how many episodes we did before I quit. I kept saying I was going to quit each episode since the first episode. So we know it wasn't going to last long. But I'm just bored enough to start it again. It's not because there was a demand or anything like that. I'm just, it's better than doing nothing. That's what I say. It's better than doing nothing. A few things have changed a couple of years. I was gone too because I just completed living with my 10th girlfriend. Yeah, we broke up. The main thing during our breakup is that she wanted to have a kid, wanted to have a child, and I wanted to stay up late and jerk off all night. So we kind of had couldn't meet in the middle there. So we had to call it quits. But I got my own place now, living by myself. No girlfriends in here yet. No girlfriends. What am I doing? I'm not really sure. But this is not working out well, and I'm thinking of ending the podcast 2 minutes into this episode. But instead, I restart it with a random topic that no one understands. There's not many famous one-armed people out there who to have as heroes. My mom, she has one arm, which I think I've talked about before on here, but the only one-armed person that I know that ended up doing well, like becoming a celebrity, or like an athlete actually, was Jim Abbott. He was like a pitcher. He was one person. He was a pitcher for the Angels. And I believe it was the Angels, maybe a couple other teams. And yeah, he had one arm, and which is pretty crazy in baseball. So what happened was he'd throw a pitch, and as soon as he threw the ball, he would put the glove, try to rumble and squeeze it over onto his hand, his one hand that he has, because he's only has one arm, one hand. It's usually the way it works. And he would just play baseball that way, and he was actually a pretty good pitcher. He did some good pitching, and he got a lot of strikeouts, and it's, my mom can drive a stick shift car. That was like her big cool thing she did. I don't know if that's better in pitching or not, but a lot of people don't even know how to drive a manual stick shift car. My mom, it was her right arm that she was missing. She just had like a nub. It just went down to like her nub as a hand. And so what she would have to do is when she went to change gears, she would have to bend over, taking her eyes completely off the road, and then shift that into second gear, and then do that for third gear and stuff. Why 2 children are sitting in the car with her while she's driving and taking her eyes off the road to shift the car. So it's a pretty cool trick, because both me and my brother are still alive today. So it's a pretty cool trick. And that's about, yeah. She should have. If I had one arm, that's like a cool trick. I would want to show people that, yeah, I can look what I can do. How about not what I can't? Look what I can do. So I can safely drive these young boys to school. And by safely, I mean they made it there. So that's what I mean by safely. Because if you actually were in the car with them while she's driving, it would not look very safe. I would say it would not look very safe for her or for us or for the car, the damage it could have gone through. And my mom, she was a real trooper, she was a trooper, not like a state trooper. I just mean like a trooper, like she didn't work for the police or anything. She's just like, she was just a person, you'd say trooper if you mean like a person who's, I don't even know why we use that. It's like just a saying, like if someone's like good at doing, you think good at following orders is what you think it would be, like a trooper, like you think of like military or something. But she just like pulled one for the team. That's another saying. I don't know if that's the right. I'm trying to explain something I'm trying to explain a saying by saying another saying. So I'm not a good start for my new podcast after 2 years. But remember, I was in a relationship for 2 years. I guess a relationship, yeah. I mean, I guess you can call it a relationship. We lived together and ate together and had sex together, yeah. Sex with each other, yes, together. So we did those 3 things, and I think that if you put that up to a judge, he would be like, hit his gavel and say, yeah, you guys, yeah, you're in a relationship. That's what, yeah. We don't need a jury to decide this. You're in a relationship. I think that's what he would, the verdict is what he would say. So like, yeah, she was my girlfriend. I don't remember why I started talking about that. Oh yeah, because I'd been gone for a while. I mean, listen, my podcast was hitting off pretty good. I mean, we went like the first episode was like 100 views, and then the second episode was like 70 views, and then by episode 6 we were down to like 24 views. So people were, they were seeing it, and then they'd would not want to see it anymore or any future episodes. So that's what I like to do. I like to reel them in and then let them go back out to watch something better, I guess, or listen. Some people might be listening. Who knows? I mean, there's 24 of you out there. So it's good to keep you up to date with my what's going on with me. Yeah, I'm living the dream is what I like to say. Living the dream. That's me. Basically, living the dream for me is sleeping till about 2 p.m. and then sitting on the couch to watch the last night's sports games, like slowly nodding in and out back into sleep, and then and yawning a lot, and then playing some video games and watching some TV and drinking some Trader Joe's wine. That's living the dream for me. Oh, and also like if I'm gonna like we said, watch live sex cams. I thought it'd be classier to say what I'm watching than saying jerking off. But that's what I guess I'm doing by watching live sex cams. Sometimes I'll keep it on all day. Like it's it's the stock market. I'll just keep on live sex cams. I'm just like, let's check in to see what Yeah, what Tunnel Cunt's doing. Tunnel Cunt 23, what she's doing right now. Did she take that top off yet or not? Is it the top up or down? Just like the stocks. Is it up or down? So, and that's a full day. That's called living the dream. That's why I had to leave so many ex-girlfriends, is because I'm sorry, honey, I'm off to live another dream. And in my dream, I'm completely by myself. And I have one hand playing video games and the other hand on my wiener, watching live sex cams. And that's what I need to go back to, off to live that dream again. So that's where I am now. But I am living by myself. Got my own place, which is nice. I don't have to answer to anyone. Okay. Well, I mean, I do have a landlord. I do have to answer to that guy. I mean, I don't. So far, I mean, if a question, something came up, I would have to answer to him. Like we don't like have to check in or anything, or I don't have questions in an answer session with my landlord. You know, at least yet I haven't had anything break, so that's good. But I mean, you will. I don't have to answer to any other people except my landlord. And that's a good feeling. That's good to, if I want to pick my nose, I don't have to worry if I'm going to be judged by my girlfriend. If I want to, walk around naked, well, not want to, but the other day I forgot to put my clothes by the, I forgot to bring my changing into clothes by the to the shower to change into. So I took a shower and then I got out and I'm like, I don't have my change me into clothes, my changing into other clothes here. And then I had to tiptoe butt naked across the living room into the bedroom to grab some clothes. I don't know why I tiptoed though. I was just I thought maybe, whenever you're naked, you kind of feel like it's a little, probably for most people, I think a little bit embarrassed. You're not used to being naked outside the shower, really. At least in my line of work, in my life, in my experiences, let's call it. So I like tiptoed across, and then I'm like, got dressed. I'm like, what am I doing, Ryan? You live by yourself now. If you want to do some jumping jacks naked in the living room, you want to do a couple of somersaults buck naked, or cook some hamburger helper on the stove or something naked. Who gives a shit? You're living the dream, Ryan. You're living the dream right now. Okay. Like, let's go. Let's go, I mean, even, you don't know what's going to happen every day when you're living the dream. Actually, I told you exactly what happened. It's just about 4 things that happen. And it doesn't change much. My days, they're pretty much the same. So I guess you kind of do know what's going to happen. But let's go, right? I sleep in a bed by myself now again. That's nice, no one steal the covers, or there's no one there to steal your heart. There's a lot of things good about sleeping in a bed alone. And my last girlfriend said I snored when I would sleep. She said, you snore a lot. Okay. Great. Yeah. You snore a lot. Yeah, I snore a lot. Because when I'm sleeping, I'm usually pretty drunk by then. Okay? I'm pretty drunk. And so it likes to represent itself in my snores. Okay? It likes to get it out. It's got to get out the alcohol some way, and it's through my snores. Okay? I do like the Trader Joe wine. $5.99 for a decent bottle of wine. If you don't know anything about wine, it's a good, decent bottle of wine in Trader Joe's. And I don't know much about wine. My ex was saying, like, maybe I think you have sleep apnea. You snore, okay? And I don't have sleep apnea, okay? Because I snore. All right? I snore because I had a bad childhood. I had a bad childhood, and I have a lot of night scares and snore scares, and I need to, I don't like to deal with it in real life. That's why I stick to video games and live sex cams, but they haunt me in my dreams. It's not sleep apnea. It's a haunting of my soul. Okay. And it's slowly wheezing its way out through my nose. So let's stop that right there, okay? And that's what I mean. Let's get back to that. Living alone, I get to snore. I get to hopefully one day not tiptoe naked around the apartment if I forget my clothes again for shower time. But that's what we're doing. We're having fun. I think I'm... how do I say this without it sounding too dark? I think I'm going to die alone. And that's that's good. I'm fine with that. I mean, I've basically have said I don't want to get married to about 12 different girls. And they're married now and probably doing great because didn't end up with me and stuff, and that's good. I'm glad because I've never changed my ways. The Ryan you see today is the same Ryan that was a freshman in high school. I mean, actually, that was before I had diabetes, so I was actually weighed more and maybe had bigger muscles than I do now, which is, kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting, but yeah, I mean, it's for dying alone is good too, because nobody has to see you dead, that you lived with, whatever. They don't have to wake up to you and oh, he stopped snoring, good. Oh wait, no, he's not breathing at all through his nose, snores, or his mouth scares. There's not any sound or breath coming out of there. Oh no, I married Ryan and it didn't. And and then they're like, now I'm going to have to die alone. Now that person's got to die alone. They got to, the one thing they don't want, now they have to die alone too. Because we're all going to die alone is what I'm getting to here. Them took the long road to get there, but we're here. We're all going to die alone. Okay? And no one dies at the same time. Listen, it's not The Notebook. I don't know what that was. We're not going to hold hands together and then close our eyes and die. Because that doesn't happen unless it's in the movies. That wasn't real. I don't think that was a true story. I didn't do my research on this, but I don't usually talk too much about The Notebook. For one, I'm not, a girl, and also that movie came out 30 years ago. So probably shouldn't be, hey, another thing about The Notebook. Have you heard of this guy, Ryan Gosling, I think's his name. Have you heard of him? You should check out the movie. It gets you right where you don't want, right in the heart. It's speaking of things that you shouldn't be watching as a man, or maybe even at all. I just finished the first season of The Family Stallone. Okay. Yeah, The Family Stallone. What a great name. I mean, you got to start, think of that name and you're like, we got to do a TV show until run it till the end, because that's such a great name. We can't go without people seeing it. And it's it follows Sylvester Stallone's 3 daughters, who all basically look the same, kind of look like their mom, but I just burped, but they all have boob jobs too. So it's pretty good. They're all like around 22, and they're dealing with real life issues like who's gonna go to Target with me today, or I don't know, I'm hungover, maybe tomorrow, or like things like are you gonna come home from college, Sarah? I don't remember their names. Sarah, are you gonna come home from college, Sarah Stallone? Because that's how the sisters talk to each other. They call each other by their full names. Are you coming home to see Dad this weekend, Sarah Stallone? I don't know, I got a lot of finals to do. But come on, please, the whole family needs to be together. We need to go to that one mediocre Italian restaurant because we're all Italian. We're the Stallones. And we have to enjoy spaghetti and the meatballs. And, it's not going to be a family if you're not there. And then, cliffhanger commercials. And I'm like, oh shit, is she not going to go home? And why also is Sarah Stallone in college? Her family are like multi-millionaires. What is she studying or trying to study or thinking she's doing in college? Oh my God. I mean, Sylvester Stallone is super rich, I mean, going to college, why isn't that an episode? Let's talk about why is she going to college, not if she's coming home for spaghetti dinner with Sylvester Stallone. That's how she calls her dad too. She calls her, hello, hey Dad, Sylvester Stallone, how you doing? Nice to see you again. And I decided to come home for big spaghetti dinner. And spoiler alert, sorry, but that if you were watching The Family Stallone, that's the big last episode reveal. I just ruined it. Spoiler alert. Sarah Stallone comes home for spaghetti dinner. So yeah, it's I can't wait for season 2, what that's gonna hold. Now that we're on writer's strike, who's gonna write another great episode like Sarah Stallone spaghetti dinner is what I'm guessing it was titled on the script. That's reality TV. They don't use scripts. Yeah. Okay, sure they don't. I'm like this, I don't know if you noticed, but I look a little different than 2 years have passed. So yeah, I'm going to look a little different, but I look a little bit different because I've been I go to the gym, but I've been lifting a few weights. So I got a little bit more of this thing. It's got a little more of an arm. That's not a knock at my mom. I didn't mean to say like a little bit more arm because she has only one arm. That'd be rude. I'm not a rude son. I'm not a rude son of hers that would do that. I'm saying like more of the bicep coming through the skin. It's not through the skin because that would be gross and I'd probably have to go to the hospital. But more bigger bicep, and that's I've been going. Yeah, and it's like, but you know what? I put on this shirt because I had been working out. Some shirts you just look better in. I don't know why some shirts look like they just wrap around your 7-inch python arms, and they look like they just, almost like a girl with a push-up bra. Some shirts like just look like they're made your pecs or your man boobs, like they make them look, come out. Or I don't know what it is. I don't know who, like, I wish I could find the person. Like, I wish it was like a designer that you knew, but it's not, that you could say, this guy really makes my shoulders and my pecs look nice in a cotton tee. Like, I wish there was someone do like that, but there's not. But I mean, there's some shirts you look like, just looks like shit on you, like you haven't worked out in a day in your life. And this shirt on me looks like I work out maybe one day a month or two ago. So you want to like look good in those kind of things. Plus it's you want to, like, the hours I put in of at the gym that I don't sneak into anymore. I actually go to a real gym where you have to pay money to use their equipment. I mean, you don't have to, because I've proven that I didn't go pay money and went to a gym for about a year. Like, you don't, but you're supposed to, I think is the reason. And now that we know that, when you get older, sometimes you're just supposed to do things like get married, which I never did. You're supposed to do things like that to complete your make your life complete, which I don't think is true, because I know 3 or 4 people now who are going through divorces. So, as we know from the Notebook, they show them living a full life together, then dying together. A lot of real life shit isn't like that, and it ends in a divorce, and it ends like, I can't stand the sight of your face anymore, and you make me sick to my stomach, physically sick. I've vomited before thinking about your face. So there's a lot of those going on, those kind of like marriages that turn into divorces, and it's and then when I hear about that, I'm like, hey, listen, you're talking to the guy that almost could have gotten married 12 times, who didn't. Could have gotten divorced 12 times, do now. And look at me. I don't have to pay any, I was about to say doctors, but that's the wrong profession for that. I don't have to pay any lawyers. I don't have to do anything just because it's not working out with this person, this 10th person I lived with. I just pack up my things in, 3 Jewel Osco bags, because that's what I always pack my things in, 3 Jewel Osco bags, and I hit it out the door. I go live the dream, and I don't have to worry about this, divorces, these damn divorces. Like, my one buddy's going through like 2.5 years process of going to divorce. That's crazy. It's hard to even do anything for 2.5 years, let alone try to get out of something you did, Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, my mom was married twice. She was married to my dad, and then she was about to say, I don't want to see his face anymore. He makes me sick, but she thought he had good genes. So she wanted to get one more kid out of my dad, and that was me. And then she divorced him 4 months later, so I would grow up in a broken home, but look cute doing it with the good genes, I guess. That was my mom's strategy. Good strategy, I guess, if you're strategist, and yeah, that's what she did. And she got 2 divorces, then she got married to this Jewish man, And I don't know why I have to say he's Jewish, because, I mean, if he was Christian, I wouldn't come out and say, like, got married to a Christian man. But you just say it or feel the need, the people need to know. I don't know why. But he was Jewish, and there's no reason to know that. And he, except that Jews have a lot of money, in case you don't. Well, I mean, not all of them. This is most of them. Most of them do. And this guy, he was an accountant. He had okay money, but the rest of his family, very rich, had a lot of money. And I don't know if my mom went in it for the money, but I would say yes. When you have 2 kids, and you're a single mom, and you're driving a Toyota Camry stick shift with one arm on the side that actually needs the stick shift, you're looking for like someone who's got a little money, a little spice up your life. I mean, I would. If I was in that situation, I wouldn't care what the person looked like. I would, you have both eyes. I guess I can't say. I wasn't going to say arms. I'd say both eyes, but that would be insensitive to my mom. So I mean, let's just say like you're basically alive. That's good enough for me. Let's get married, and then divorce. They both lasted about 8.5, 9 years, because that's. I guess my mom gets sick of people around by then, but she makes sure to have kids with them first, so all the kids can grow up in broken homes, yeah. And look, I'm not gonna do that, maybe that's why I'm single now, because am I a child of divorce? Is that how they say it? I didn't even think of that. I'm a child of divorce. I mean, it was only 4 months old, but technically, I mean, I didn't remember. I was just told about it, but I'm a child of divorce. Oh, that's interesting. So I got diabetes, Crohn's disease, gastroparesis, and I'm a child of divorce. But who's also living the dream. He's living the dream every day. Yes, I'm living the dream. I just said he was like, I don't know if that like second or third person. It's one of those persons. So, yeah, but so if you're listening to this right now and you love someone and you think you love them, chances are that's going to fade away. Like a sunset, it's going to fade away and then completely go down to nothing, and you wanting to get away from that person. Okay? And that's just what it is. And just be with the person you're with, and whatever's cool, it's cool. You guys do that, and you don't have to pay for lawyers and stuff. And just when you're ready to, when you don't want to spend time with them, or you don't want to watch Wheel of Fortune episodes of Family Stallone with them anymore, you get those 3 Jewel Osco bags and you get out of there. That's my advice, because if there's anyone that you should be taking advice from, it's Ryan Andrews. It's me. Is that third person? Or it's Ryan. It's Ryan Andrews. Second. It's me, is what I mean, if anything. What I'm saying, it's me. I live in Downers Grove now. Just came living from the hard streets of Logan Square, Chicago. It's there's a lot. They say there's a lot of guns and violence in Chicago. I just have to say that is very true. It is a lot of guns and violence in Chicago. It's I'm lucky I got out alive. or at least, without taking any bullets, because it's Chirac out there. Chirac and Logan Square is, you can get popped. I don't know if that's a word kids use anymore, but you can get popped. Like, that means like shot or shot dead. And no more Ryan. No more Ryan would not be here. I don't know, keep speaking in second or third language, and I don't even know the person I'm speaking in. So maybe that's a sign of a psychopath, when you don't even know what term or person you're speaking in. I'm like, is that a second? Am I speaking in second person or third person? I don't know. I'm psycho. So let's just say I'm a psycho. Yeah, so I lived in, I got to the burbs, back in the burbs now, living in Downers Grove. Downers Grove is very safe. It seems like it's very rich white people. Not that just that they're white means you're safe, but in this case it does. It does. And and they're rich. They got money. They're the kind of people who, when they go out, they like to, money is not an option. Is that another saying or term, people? That means money is not I don't know. It's when you're like, money is no option. Maybe that's what it is. When I don't care what I'm going to spend. Like, we go to that restaurant, you want to have 2 or 3 appetizers. It doesn't matter, because money's not an option. Money's not a problem. Money is no problem. No, it just doesn't sound right. Your money's no good here. No, that wasn't it. Your money is not an option. Maybe it's that, probably not. So you get those, you can get that, that awesome blossom and the potato skins, because money is not an option. No, money, you have to pay with money, so it is an option. Money is not for everyone. No, money is no problem. Money is no problem for me. That's what I'll tell them. You want the potato skins and you want the awesome blossom and the fried pickles? Oh, that's okay, because money is not a problem for me. But when you do say that, though, it kind of sounds like maybe money is a problem for you, because a person that had money wouldn't say that, right? Hey, honey, just buy that dress, because money is not a problem for me. It's not. Okay? Or it seems like you're kind of bragging. It can go either way. It can look like you're just really are cheap and you're saying that, or it can look like you're trying to brag in front of people. Yeah. Let's get that porch swing in front of our house on the porch, because money is not a problem for me. So that's what I would say to that. I would say that I live in Downers Grove. I was trying to remember what I was going to say, and I just did. I live in Downers Grove, and this is, the people, if they go out to eat, money is not a problem, okay? So steak, lobster, surf and turf is what if you put them both together, surf and turf. When you're talking about surf and turf, and you're ordering that at a restaurant, then money really is not an option. Money, is not a problem. It's not a problem for us, the family Stallones here. No, no, that would be true with them, because money is not a problem for them. But the fact that they're doing a reality TV show, you got to think maybe they did make some bad investments. Money, maybe they just came out with Expendables 4, so maybe money is starting to be a problem. Because Sarah Stallone, she's going to college now. So let's think about that. She's going to college. She almost didn't even come home for spaghetti dinner. And I mean, they almost couldn't have like their full family, the butler, the nanny, and the gardener all together for a spaghetti dinner. I don't know if that's a good Italian accent. It kind of sounds like it's a little bit racist or hateful. I don't know. Is that? Yeah. A spaghetti dinner with the meatballs and a nice burgundy. I'm not good with accents, I don't think. And like, what else do Italians eat? They eat, a pizza pie, or, forget about it. I'll have a pizza pie, but forget about it. I'll just say with the spaghetti and the meatballs, because it's a lot of carbs. That's a lot of carbs for me, it would be, because I'm diabetic. Still diabetic, yeah. That would be too many carbs. That would be, that would definitely, after I ate that, I would definitely probably die alone. I would die alone. It wouldn't be enough insulin to save me. I would end up dying alone. And we're all going to die alone, whether it's from eating spaghetti and a pizza pie at the mediocre Italian restaurant, or if it's getting, hit by someone on a scooter, or you snore yourself to death. You're like, we're all gonna die alone. Okay. Well, actually, I just thought about this, and this is, maybe we have to edit this later. So we're going back to the die alone. Maybe that's not true. So if you're married and you die first, you don't die alone. But your wife or husband, significant other, definitely dying alone. So you want to be, so which is better? Do you want to outlive the person that, remember, we don't want to be married, but if you are married, you didn't listen to this podcast first and you decide to get married, and do you want to be the one that outlives the other one and be the widow? Or do you want to, and also die alone as a widow? Or would you want to be the guy that died 10 years earlier, or a girl, and you're, at least I didn't die alone. Yeah, but that is good, but you also missed 12 more years of life that your ex-wife got to enjoy and live, and she met somebody else one night at this mediocre Italian restaurant, and the guy had a lot of money. They got like 2 or 3 appetizers, and like money's not a problem for him. And she liked that, and they got married, and they settled down in Downers Grove. You don't know. Like, that's the thing. That's like, then maybe you wouldn't want to like be the one that, at least I didn't die alone. Well, you also could have met another great person too. Let's think about that. I've met like 15 great people. I said I want to talk in persons anymore. So, yeah, I mean, definitely, I think at one point liked all my girlfriends. I'm not going to say that. Did I love them all? Of course not. I mean, we're trying to be serious here on the Pathetic Diabetic. I think I liked them though. Like, I mean, a couple of them that was just because the holidays were coming around. And I just want to be alone. There's always a couple of those stories. Or like, you want to be someone there. When you're sitting by the fireplace that I probably never had, and opening presents together on Christmas. You want like that kind of situation. And so I think a couple of them were that, a couple of them were like that, but that actually situation wouldn't even happen because my last two girlfriends were Jewish, so there would be no opening presents by the fireplace under the Christmas tree because they don't celebrate Christmas. So that's a bad analogy for that. So maybe, yeah, that's not a good analogy for that. Yeah, my last two girlfriends, or girls that I dated, let's not say girlfriends too much. They were Jewish. And so 2 Jews in a row. Yeah. So one more, and I think I get my bar mitzvah. If I date one more Jew, I get to celebrate becoming a man in the Jewish world. As a Jewish man, I come out as a Jew. I convert to it. Maybe I convert to Judaism. If you date 3 in a row, they just automatically, you don't even need to see a rabbi or whoever that passes that law, or if it's a court, you don't even need to see them. You just automatically can do all the Hebrew and eat all the food and stuff and get a yarmulke in the mail. Like when you're young, you get like send in like 3 proofs of purchase, like for a cereal box, and you could get like this nice little like license plate for your bike. And maybe it's like that, or where I could do it for Judaism. Like I just show 3 pictures of pictures of my last 3 girlfriends that were Jewish, and then they mail me back a yarmulke that I'm a Jew boy now. I'm a Jew man. A Jew man. This guy is a Jewish man. Is that? Sometimes when you just say Jew, it sounds like it's a bad slang, like it's a slur, It shouldn't. I mean, you're just taking the ish off it, But for some reason, it just slaps you in the head a little bit harder. I don't know why. Like, that's a Jewish man, or something like, that's a Jew. That's a Jew. But if you say, that's a fine-looking Jewish man, and you're saying, look at that Jew over there. Look at that Jew. I mean, it definitely doesn't. It sounds more like a slur when you say that. But I can say Jew as much as I want, because I'm technically, after dating two Jewish girls and having a Jewish stepdad, I'm basically I get free right of way and a pass to say anything I like or want. Surprisingly, though, I was circumcised. Not surprisingly, I guess. I mean, I don't know how many people get circumcised, but I was, as far as I remember, I was circumcised before my mom started dating and marrying the Jewish man, because I think I was like 9 or 10. So I don't think that was like, a stepping stone, or like something that my stepdad was put his foot down about, like, oh, if we're ever gonna have a future here, you're young, your 2 sons are gonna have to get circumcised. If we're gonna really do this and be a family, then we need to take back the foreskin on both of your son's wieners. So, I mean, if we're being serious here, I'm just saying, because money's not a problem with this guy. I did third person again, but that's, I was pretending to be my stepdad talking about his two stepsons' wieners. So it was like more of a, not a reenactment because it didn't ever happen, was it? It was more of a fiction, a thing of fiction is what we'll say, because it was a work of fiction that I didn't speak in the second or third person. This I'm not gonna lie to you, this podcast has gone a little off the rails. I thought it would be a little bit better after 2 years, but it's just me rambling, talking about whether I've gotten circumcised or dying alone, or, family Stallones, Sarah Stallone. Oh God, I can't wait I hope she goes back to college. Well, what's weird is like, isn't it weird that like construction workers are like, they're like, they always get perceived that they're so horny all the time. Like they're always the one whistling at girls and babes, whistling and making catcalls and stuff. Like, oh yeah, oh they bring that over here. Oh, I'll give it to you hard. That's not me. That's construction worker guy. And it's why are these guys so horny? Is it because they're hammering things all day long? They're kind of like getting them in that mood or something. They're like using that power drill on the ground. They're always like pounding holes and breaking things and stuff, and pounding cement, and then that gets them all like riled up and ready to like horny. Like, God damn, like this. I've like these like I just basically nailed together a whole like wooden box over here. God damn, it's got me horny. Like, I can't wait to get home to go on live sex cams and see what Tunnel Cunt 23 is taking down that top yet. Or, like, but until then, I'm going to whistle at this girl walking across the street with the baby in the stroller. Hey, what's up, Toots? Why don't you bring that ass over here or something and I'll make it better for you. I know, not that, it might have been, that's also work of fiction. That didn't happen, but if that, like, came over, there's nothing wrong with her ass, but he was, like, wanting to give it, like, a works over or something, He's saying he likes it. Is what that's kind of, sometimes the construction worker talk, you need a little bit of like a dictionary. You got to read between the lines what they mean, like that. Like, yeah, hey, I'll show you something. I'll give you a workout, honey. That's someone that's in that scenario, he like saw someone in like yoga pants, and she was like maybe like a sports top thing, like an Under Armour thing, and she's like, that's what he would say. How about I give you a workout over here, honey? Let's give you the membership, the $39.99 down there at Core Yoga, or what? They don't usually go that detailed into it, or usually know the prices of, like a Core Yoga that would charge. But yeah, that's kind of that's the thing that they do. But yeah, like, why are they so horny? Like, are they like so much perverts? But man, that's the only thing I can think of. Like, you're using these power drills and stuff in your hands all day long. That's somehow like just gets your juices flowing. I don't know. I mean, it's something about manual labor that just brings out the horniness. I mean, I've done some manual labor. I've done some like not construction work, but I've hung a couple like framed pictures on a wall and used a hammer and a nail and stuff. And I never like, I mean, that it's kind of like, that's manual, that's hard work, but I never afterwards of like, nailing in the hammer, hammering in the nail for a picture on the wall, and then right afterwards been like, oh god, I could really go for some like vagina. Like I never got all riled up like that. But I mean, maybe if you're doing it for 3 or 4 hours straight, just nailing up pictures on a wall, maybe then you need to get that ass. You need to get some. You need to, I mean, and by get some, I mean like whistle and holler at a girl across the street that is not going to appreciate it. So that's, maybe it's those hard hats, maybe that's what it is. Maybe those hard hats get their like the hard hats, and then you got the hot sun on the hard hats, and it's like boiling the brain, making it into like spaghetti or something. Spaghetti. And like it's messing with their brain circuits, and it's making them dumber and hornier. So it's like it's that hard hat's acting like an oven from that sun, and then they turn into perverts who just want to get that ass. So I think we figured that out. We all came to a conclusion on why construction workers are horned up scumbags, perverts. I don't know if horned up is something that people like, if that even makes sense, horned up. But we're going to go with it because I decided so. Also, what's exciting about living by myself is I don't have to recycle anymore. Like, listen, sure, like maybe, 15 out of the 24 people that watch this are going to be like, Ryan, you don't recycle anymore? And I'm like, I tried it. Okay, listen, I tried it. There was a good 10-year run where I was making sure the milk carton and the yogurt container, rinse it out sometime and put it in the recycling, not putting it in the garbage. And I did that for like 10 years. And guess what? I woke up and the world seems to have gotten worse. Okay. If I would have kept recycling, that COVID wouldn't have happened. Like nothing like that happened. Like that was bad and happened. Right. Like things have just gotten worse. And now we might be going to World War III soon. And I couldn't be like, well, it's a good thing we recycled all of those years because now we're living a peaceful life and everything's great. It's more like, fuck, we should have been recycling all of those years because now fucking the world's going to end. We're all going to World War III. We're just going to nuke each other. I was separating my fucking Jiffy peanut butter and my Diet Mountain Dew cans, rinsing them out and putting them in a different bin and a different bag to throw them out on a different garbage. And we're all just going to die soon. And probably wouldn't be dying alone. We'd all be dying together. So that's maybe a good thing. But other than that, like why do we fucking recycle? This is stupid. This doesn't make sense. It's all styrofoam for me now. I'm done. I'm not even buying things that are biodegradable. I throw all my garbage in one bag, and I don't do I'm using styrofoam. If you go, you didn't think styrofoam was even made anymore? Just go down to the dollar store. Half that store, everything's made out of styrofoam, or it's going to kill you one day. It's either going to give you cancer, or it's going to kill you in a different way. And I think we'll be okay if I don't recycle or I use styrofoam. Like, it's not like we are or not going to World War III because styrofoam's not biodegradable. So, biodegradable, So let's take it easy here. Like what I'm trying to get at here is just mainly on this episode, don't ever get married and don't recycle. So if we could remember those two things, and if you're also are married and you want to die alone, or you don't want to die alone, I gave you the two options there of what your pick would be. Did you ever notice that these Koreans eat a lot of food? I almost said people, and that would have been really bad to say that, because that would be a big accusation. That'd be a big accusation to say Koreans eat a lot of people. Like, we know they eat dogs. We know Koreans eat dogs. Let's not kid ourselves. We know that. But eating people, that's even, I would think probably even more bad. It would be even more bad. And no, like, Koreans, they eat a lot of food. I don't, like, have you ever went to a Korean barbecue, like, restaurant? Korean BBQ? You order 2 entrees and they give you 45 dishes with it. Like, you don't even know what the shit is. They'll throw it at you too, because they're kind of rude too. Not all Koreans are rude or eat dogs, but just all that I've met. And they'll just throw the dishes at you, and here you go. And what is all this? Everything's like pickled too. It's all like pickled or fermented, or they put it under a rock in the ground for 40 years and then pulled it out and gave it to us. But Koreans eat a lot of food. They just, like, Koreans, they seem like, I think they still eat like regular time, like 3 meals a day or whatever, but they eat like they don't, like, they eat like you would think they don't know when the next meal is coming. Like, do we need to stock up now? Because do I need to stuff my cheeks like a chipmunk? Like a squirrel chipmunk situation here, because I don't know when, because World War III might be happening right around the corner, and we need to get replenished as much as possible for the next few days. It seems like that, but it's not. Like, I think they eat regular meals still, but they eat so much. Like, I just can't believe it. And I mean, like I say, they toss it back like it's like they think someone's going to come by and take their plate away soon. Like, they need to hurry up and need to get rid of the evidence, or not evidence, get rid of the, put the food in their belly as fast as possible. But, and I mean, that's not like a racist thing to say. Koreans eat a lot of food. It's more impressive. I'm more impressed that because I have so many stomach problems, I can't eat that much. So I appreciate them. I appreciate Korean. I mean, a good chunk of the porn I watch is Asian or Koreans. So, I mean, I'm a big fan of their work. I keep it up. Keep doing it. Keep up the live sex cams is what I'm saying. Yeah, so that's what we're doing here. We're I don't even know how long I've been on here. I've been teaching you life lessons. Let's be honest. I've been teaching a lot of life lessons on here, and that's it's good. it's good to get life lessons from someone who's going to die alone. I'm not going to die from the beaties, though, not the diabetes. The beaties is going well, so, well, I mean, I don't know, going well, but I mean, if your limbs don't fall off, that means your diabetes is going well. If your limbs aren't falling off and you can still see with both eyes, that's when, if you say you're diabetic and you say those things to them, they'll be like, you're doing well. You are. Keep it up with the whole eyesight and the all your limbs intact, because that's impressive. You're doing well. Yeah, like, you're right. I am doing well. Because I'm gonna order 2 or 3 appetizers, because we know money's not an option. Damn it! Like, money's not a problem here. At this made-up restaurant we're in, so get those bacon wrap dates. Get the bacon wrap dates. I just try to think of a fancy, like, appetizer, and all I could think of is, like, that shitty tapas appetizer. Bacon wrap dates that everyone would be like, do you want to get tapas? Do you want to get a pitcher of sangria and eat little tiny food on little tiny plates and then have them charge us at full entree prices? Do you want to do that? It's tapas. Do you want to? We can get those bacon wrap dates. Bacon wrap dates. Oh, you never had it? What they do is they take a date and they wrap it in bacon. And then they cook it. And then they put it on a tiny plate. Don't worry, there'll only be 3 or 4. You won't get too full. And let's call that a Saturday night and a night out with the gals, having sangria and bacon wrap dates. Sounds like a nightmare to me. I really wouldn't like to do that. Thankfully, I'm not I'm not gay, so I don't have to enjoy no, I don't mean gay. I just think that it's. I think a lot of my, like, girls, like, ex-girlfriends, if they went on with their other friends, or if there was a chance of a guy going with them, he's probably gay. Because I just don't think most guys get excited about sangria and 3-hour conversations over a little tiny food. So that's just me, and I'm just living the dream. All right, let's wrap this up. I don't know how long we're going on. This has been the Pathetic Diabetic. I'm also on Instagram at ryandrews76, and also the Pathetic Diabetic. And thanks for listening and watching.